All right.
My turn.
One more drink.
You must deliver the royal scepter to the Prime Minister at the castle.
Welcome to my shop.
These are the ruins of the ancient capital city. It was destroyed following an invasion from the Northern Empire.
Here.
Now it is a dangerous place, full of
I got it. Oh, yeah. Huh? Oh, yes. It's my turn. Done. Let's see. filthy lucre.
You can hear the sound of a woman crying on the other side. The wall here seems thin enough to break through.
Careful!
What?
Outstanding. Filthy lucre. Let's see.
It is almost as if this region has regressed to primeval times, an era when reptiles ruled the world. After defeating
What troubles you, my child?
Welcome to my shop. Which one do you want?
Once again, you are led to the throne room under guard. This time, a man stands there with a presumptuous grin. The man tells you to hand over the scepter. You tell him. The man's mouth transforms into a twisted grin. And what will you do? You fall into a fighting stance. As soon as you steel yourself, the Prime Minister orders the guards near you to stand down. You sigh, relieved that you didn't have... The Prime Minister tells you that the scepter indicates the throne's heir. The Prime Minister takes the scepter and narrows his eyes in satisfaction. The fairy you saved in the ruins appears before you. She seems to want to take you somewhere. The fairy leads you into an old ivy-covered tower. You find yourself in a cluttered room that's, judging by the stratification of dust, letters amidst the shambles indicate that a magician named Lucane lives here. Lucane wrote that he was off to see a magician friend named Wallace in the underground labyrinth. The fairy uses various interpretive gestures. You head to Wallace's underground labyrinth to look for the magician Lucane.
Yes, sir.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
Allow...
Let's do this.
Okay.
All right.
This underground labyrinth is said to have been made in a single night with powerful magic. It is a dangerous place, replete with traps, that bars entry to all who would dare.
I got it. Oh, yeah. It's my turn. Voila!
The trap was sprung, and the door magically closed fast. Slime creatures are weak against fire. The torch on the wall could be used to great effect. The cling of metal hitting the ground can be heard. A magic key to open the door.
Done.
Out of the blue, a mouse. He says when you ask him your quest to find... The door to the laboratory is through this hall.
It's my turn. Simple. I got it. Done.
What?
It's my turn. Simple. Let's see. Voila!
Because the laboratory was being misused, some of the experiments housed within have now run amok. There's been a population explosion of mutated beings that spread their spores around. The labyrinth is overrun by fungi.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Careful!
Oh, yes. Simple.
An ambush!
Outstanding.
They're here!
Do that.
Before they happen, or there's a heat coming. found some bones that seem to belong to Lucane in the depths of the labyrinth. The tattered raiments and jewelry leave no doubt that the corpse is indeed Lucane's. You bring back the bones of the magician Lucane. You found Lucane, but he was dead. You imagine the fairy will be overcome with grief, but you need to return to her. When you enter the laboratory, the fairy frantically flits around you, as if it senses your uneasiness. Upon seeing Lucane's bones, the fairy enters into a panic. She begins tugging at your arm to get you to leave the tower. The fairy is apparently attempting to lead you somewhere. You collect Lucane's bones and follow her. As you enter, a kindly voice echoes from the back. You seem to be in need of help. You nervously hand the monk the bones of Lucane. Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst. Lead the wandering soul back. Reverse death. And awaken them. The prayer reaches the goddess, and the pile of bones is once again given flesh. Lucane, shocked to find himself alive, thanks you profusely. He tells you to visit him at his laboratory and leaves. The resurrected magician has returned to the old tower in town. You decide to see him to ask more details. The magician Lucane is waiting for you in the laboratory of the old tower. It seems that dying had an adverse effect on his short-term memory. Lucane can't remember why he went to meet Wallace. Lucane is researching magic called runes, which are closely tied to spirits and fairies. Lucane introduces his fairy friend to you. Her name is Tiki. She left the fairy forest due to her strong curiosity. He thanks you again for saving him and allowing him to enjoy life's rich pageant. He displays his magic trinkets. Lucane says he'd be happy to sell you these items at a fraction of the normal price and answer any questions you have. What will you ask? Lucane says that he would be delighted to discuss this and launches headlong into a discussion about runes are magical letters that spirits and fairies carved into the world. You may have seen them yourself. Touching runes makes letters sparkle and float. Runes are a combination of 3 characters that create various effects. However, runes won't work unless a spirit or fairy is present. That's what you gather from Lucane's log. Before you realize it, Tiki is following you around. She seems to have taken a liking to you. She will accompany you on your adventures henceforth. Fairies are known to be adept at finding hidden things. A letter from the castle has come to you via the guild. It simply says to report to the castle in all haste.
Back again, eh? There's a request.
You assume that the letter was sent by the Prime Minister. Perhaps he has another request for you. Count Dean is waiting for you at the throne room. After your previous encounter, you can only assume that he's up to something nefarious. The guards have drawn their swords and are blocking the exit. He says that he has personally requested your assistance in... He wants you to scout Bilberon Fortress on the border. This, originally built to defend against the Orc army, it now lies in Orc hands. It is a very dangerous mission, but refusal means that... Per Count Dean's request, you agreed to infiltrate and surveil the subterranean fortress at the country's border.
All right,
Let's go.
let's go.
The Orc army presently controls Bilberon, the underground fortress built into the canyon. The King's army has been mounting a
here.
fierce offensive to try and reclaim the fortress.
It's my turn. Oh, I can do that.
You step into the enemy kitchen. A corpulent chef grabs a goblin instead of meat and suddenly stops. The cook, sensing your presence, stares directly at you. Luckily, her sight's not so keen, so she doesn't notice you. Eventually, the chef returns to her meat cutting. You use the goblin's screams to mask your escape. Pathway, blocked with a stone wall. Sit like it would be.
Here.
Yes.
Yes. Voila!
What?
Then it's my turn. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can do that. Let's see. Filthy loot. I got it. Simple.
At the bottom of the stairs is an area connected to the sewers. This seems your most likely escape route. After defeating the Minotaur, you move through the sewer's filth. The reconnaissance mission went well. You gathered intel and slipped back. Among the treasures you claimed is the great sword of the hero Javline. You succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed once you report to Count Dean.
help you? Which one do you want? What would you like? Which one do you want?
How can I help? Which one?
You're back.
You report everything you learned to Count Dean. Unfortunately, you also mention the hero's legendary... Naturally, he demands the great sword, but at least he's in a good mood now. It seems that he thinks much more highly of you now. Dean confides in you. Once the king went missing, the Prime Minister began recommending the Archduke MacNeil of Bulgar to the throne. Bulgar is an aggressive nation to the north. MacNeil is related to the King of Hydeland and has a legal claim to the throne. Count Dean claims that MacNeil has been rallying nobles in Hydeland to support his claim to the throne. That's why Dean hired Tommet to steal the scepter. He says that Tommet is extremely trustworthy, so long as he is paid. Suddenly, the Prime Minister and the Princess appear. It seems you are being... The Prime Minister warns you not to involve yourself any further. Since you completed the job at the castle, you return to the Adventurers Guild to tell them what transpired. Roland also happens to be here to report on a job. However, Samuel is not here. Roland thinks that he just missed him and asks you to track down the Guildmaster and bring him back. You look for Samuel, the Guildmaster. He should be somewhere in town.
Oh, how can I help you? What troubles you?
A giant man in armor finishes his prayers and turns around. His pensive expression quickly turns. He tells you that he was praying because he has sent many friends to look for the king. But they have. When you ask to help, Samuel just nods and hands you a request form. In a remote region, marriageable girls are disappearing one by one. The catacombs. As you leave the temple, a ragged old man slumped. His raspy voice makes it difficult for you to discern if he's even speaking your language. You can give him a coin if you feel pity for him. Of course, you're free to walk away as well. He doesn't even acknowledge the coin. You probably won't be able to communicate with him. To solve the mystery...
What troubles you, my child?
Allow the...
May they rest in peace.
As you leave the temple, a ragged old man, his raspy voice, you can give him a coin.
Let's go.
Gotta finish my drink.
In the catacombs, stark white bones are strewn about the ground. Far as the eye can see. The sheer number of the deceased is the only indication that this area's former prosperity.
It's my turn.
A strange knight stumbles out of the darkness towards you. You surmise that he is not of this world. The knight is muttering to himself, as if in a daze.
If I end my own life, they can no longer sacrifice me.
When you move closer, the knight extends his hand. He's holding a scroll. When you accept it, the knight disappears. The path ahead of you is connected to the ruins of the castle colloquially called the Castle of the Dead.
They're here!
In olden times, would say she's been called to the castle.
I got it. Done.
Because ghosts are incorporeal, they're completely immune to physical attacks. Their weakness is light. Torchlight will drive them off.
Oh, I can do that. Let's see. It's my turn. Oh, yeah. I got it.
You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
Filthy Luca. Let's see. Yeah.
You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
Oh my. It's my turn. Voila! Luca. Oh, I can do that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's my turn. simple.
The vampire smirks, flies away. You saved a village girl. You must protect her now. Protect the village girl. If she's bitten by the others, she will become a vampire as well. The kidnapped girls had been turned. They are now vampires, attacking other people. You utter a silent prayer, hoping that you have slain the last vampire, and leave the ruins. In your hands is the bloody scroll that the Ghost Knight had given you. You have unraveled the mystery of the village girls' disappearances. Obtain your reward at the guild.
All right.
Let's go.
Gotta finish my drink.